Meet my mom, my dad, my brother, and Jonas. Traveling has been a part of my life for as long as I can remember, and that is largely due to my parents' mission to prove to everybody that just because you have kids, the adventure and traveling doesn't have to stop. There's one country that both of my parents had on their bucket list and haven't seen yet, and so this summer we decided to embrace the Pura Vida lifestyle and head to Costa Rica. Always nice to walk past business class and realize how poor you are. Travel didn't quite start out ideally. We had a 2-hour delay at the airport in Paris, which meant we almost missed our flight to Panama. And in Panama, the adventure continued because we were the last plane to be allowed to land at the airport because of a typhoon that was going on there. The worst tragedy of all, however, was that I put the wrong settings in the camera for the audio, which means all the footage from there is absolutely unusable. Which is why you have me, voiceover Tim. I hope that you guys always just imagine me like this whenever there's a voiceover. The road to Costa Rica wasn't quite worry-free. We did get there in one piece, and we even got to play some FIFA at the airport in Paris, which was pretty cool if you ask me, at least for an airport. Now we landed in San Jose at 8 a.m. in the morning, and the first thing we did was check into our Airbnb to leave all our stuff there so that we could go explore the city. So this is our first hostel in Costa Rica.
Llegamos. Costa Rica, Costa Rica, Costa Rica, Costa Rica.
This is one insane Airbnb.
What a view.
Wow, that's insane. Both of my parents and my brother's parents weren't going to land for another 2 days, so we had 2 days on our own to explore the city and do some fun stuff. Somehow, however, we ended up at a museum. We decided to go to the museum to have a bit of culture in our trip. None of us are really particularly interested, but we have nothing better to do, so we decided to check out the museum. Look at that. Oh no, it's dying. Now overall, San Jose wasn't really my favorite city, if I'm completely honest, and one of the key factors for that was the unbelievably loud train. Because of that, and because we wanted to see some of the surrounding parts of San Jose, we decided that the next day would be a road trip day, and we took a few of our friends and a car, and we went to the La Paz Waterfalls. On the way to the waterfalls, we stopped at the Paz Volcano first, which looks like this. Probably can't see anything. I'll
lay over an image.
Where we tried the national dish of Costa Rica, which is gallo pinto, if I'm not mistaken. And it is essentially black beans and rice. However, it tastes like way more interesting than that for some reason. I made the stupid mistake of putting my drone in my backpack right in front of the security guard, so now he told us that it's not allowed to fly drones here. When there are clearly shots on the internet of drones flying around the volcano, and yes, I got these shots off the internet, that's why there's a text in the middle of the screen. Once we got to the volcano, we also got to look at some clouds and fog. Wow, spectacular. Trinkwasser. Apparently you can drink it once. These little circles on the floor that are all over the place, like here as well, are where rocks from the volcano, because it's still active, actually like hit the floor. It could just happen anytime, and that doesn't look fun. If that falls on your head, you're dead. Good to know. You're only allowed to be here for around 20 minutes, otherwise the fumes from the volcano are too toxic, and so you only have 20 minutes for like a gust of wind to like move all the fog. For now, we're just waiting for that. You can't see anything. We then continued our journey to the La Paz Waterfalls. There were deep jungles all around us, and you were driving on roads that didn't seem like they exist in the real world. This is some absolutely ridiculous weather. It is raining so much. We are already drenched and we've been walking for maybe 2 minutes. Max and Jonas both didn't have a rain jacket.
Dumbasses didn't bring them.
How can you go to Costa Rica in rain season and not bring a raincoat? Like,
Mine's coming.
come on, guys. On a scale of 1 to 10, how are you feeling?
Cold.
The true highlight of the whole road trip, however, were the waterfalls there because they were incredible. What an amazing day that was. We all definitely enjoyed it, right?
Yeah, it was crazy cold, but enjoyable anyway.
What we're gonna do now is go back to San Jose, which is like a 2.5-hour drive. The next morning my parents arrived and we immediately got on the road to Puerto Viejo.
Nena loca, me tiene loco en la cabeza cuando me tocas. Siento que todo está bien, pero en verdad yo no sé.
Apparently they're saying that's average size. Respect Costa Rica. We are now in the Cahuita National Park. That evening was also incredibly wonderful. We went to a beach and watched the sunset, and honestly, this beach is probably one of the best beaches that I have ever seen in my life. And it was just so much fun to just play with my family and my best friend, just kind of relaxing and forgetting about life for a while. The drone shots that I shot at this beach were also definitely the best that I have ever filmed. After a good night's sleep, we then went to the Jaguar Sanctuary, which is where all the different rescue animals from the region come to heal. There are 2 vets that are working there full time, just healing animals and trying to nurture them back to full health so that they can hopefully be released back into the wild. Imagine the vlogs I could film with that. Hello everyone, welcome back to I must say that was a pretty unique experience. You kind of got to see all these different animals and each one of them had like an individual rescue story and they were all kind of beautiful. I'll leave their link in the description down below. This is the part of the trip where things kind of started getting a little bit worse, and that is because I crashed my drone. All of a sudden I heard the battery hit the back of our car. Luckily none of us actually got hurt. I think it's a part of the learning curve with drones, but rest in peace, rest in pieces to my drone. Basically I was flying it underneath a cable right there and then a truck came and just hit it. Couldn't see it. disappointing and takes the energy out of the day a little bit. We then made it to La Fortuna in the pouring rain, but once the rain stopped, we went directly to one of the waterfalls there, and it was another really beautiful one. We walked through the jungles to get there and a bunch of stairs, but at the end it was really magical and worth it because the place looked stunning. There was a huge waterfall with a huge pool at the bottom where you could swim, and there was even a rainbow that was just like creating this magical environment. And to add on top of that, there were two couples that got engaged while we were there. I think that's the first time I've ever seen someone propose, and then two people at the same time. Later that day we went to do another thing that Costa Rica is really well known for, and that is a cocoa tour, where we got to see the different steps that go into making chocolate. And in my opinion, it was quite a cool experience, especially because you got to try all-you-can-eat chocolate at the end. As many of you guys know from my Instagram, there was another tragedy in Costa Rica, and that is the dislocation of my shoulder. This time it happened while swinging off a rope and trying to do a backflip, or whilst hitting the water, I'm not 100% sure. And then I was in the water with one arm, just trying to swim to land, screaming help. Somehow my shoulder went back into the socket, and I think, as far as I know, nothing there is broken, but the doctor did say that I might need surgery. Not a fun week for me. However, we thought, what's the best way to get back on track with the travel and make sure the rest of the trip isn't ruined? And so we decided to go to this extreme zipline park because I was like sort of heading in the direction where I didn't enjoy being here anymore.
He wants to do the Tarzan swing. I decided against it because it looks super scary. This is the valley, and Tim is supposed to do this Tarzan swing now. And he has this shoulder problem from the day before yesterday. I'm not convinced that this is a good idea. Who can stop Tim? If he wants to jump, he wants to jump. So let's see what happens. Mommy is worried, very worried.
My friend, pura vida, amigo!
The Tarzan swing at the end was insane, mind-blowing. We are now going to have a picnic, and after that we will probably do the night walk. It is now 7:30 p.m. and we are on our way to the night walk. Basically, you walk around at night in the jungle for 2 hours and you try to find animals. Ready?
Of course.
Ready. Let's go find some tarantulas. Now, yesterday's night tour wasn't quite super successful, so today we are going during the day. Hopefully we will see some more animals. These are some incredible like tree structures with the clouds coming in. It looks super cool.
The green with the white is amazing.
Now, during the day, once again, we didn't see the most amount of animals, but the surrounding and the jungle was super beautiful anyways, and things were about to get so much better until my brother locked us out of our car. We just stopped to get some vegetables and fruits, and my brother decided to lock all the doors with the key still inside the car, so now we have no way of getting into the car and we're just all stuck outside. We asked someone if they know who to call. Instead, they just called their friend who is now going to try to open the car. Thankfully, there were some specialists in opening people's cars at the gas station where we were stopped. So we just asked them for their help and they basically opened our car. Hey! What absolute legends that just in less than 2 minutes they've cracked the whole thing.
And no damage.
No damage at all to the car. It's like ridiculous. Like literally the time that it takes for you to go to the bathroom.
It took them to
Bam!
crack our
They
car.
open the car, steal everything, and get out.
A
Pretty
little
crazy.
bit worrying, but
Yeah,
also
very
cool.
worrying and very cool. Because when they're on your side trying to get you into your car, it's great.
But if they're trying to get into your car to take something from your car, then it's not so great.
We have now arrived to the next Airbnb, which is this amazing farm. There were some nice waterfalls, some horses, mango trees, avocado, a pool, and just a beautiful surrounding.
There's a horse there.
And also, fun fact, that house there is our Airbnb. Sevos.
Let's go! Intact.
This drone is a survivor. And my drone died. Manuel Antonio is another place in Costa Rica that is well known for its national park and all the animals that live there. And this time we were not disappointed. We saw all kinds of animals, sloths, toucans, like all the different types of monkeys you can imagine, snakes, spiders, trees, and we even saw one of the sloths eating, which is like super rare. If you don't know anything about sloths, they do basically nothing all day. So seeing one even eating is like a big win. The last thing we did on our trip to Costa Rica was go to a huge waterfall, and this one was probably the best waterfall yet. It was so incredibly beautiful. There was once again a rainbow. The water there was stunning, and it was after a 2-hour hike, and so the swimming in the water felt like heaven. After that, we simply drove back to San Jose and flew back to Germany. That's going to be it from me for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy it, please leave a like. Thank you so much, and I will see you guys in the next video.